Rob?
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues, and by the title of the video you can see this is a haul video from our Rogues in Philly, or our Stu vacation as we were calling it. This is the trip that we got to take to go visit our good buddy Stu Murray 47 as he was in the States for a little while. And while we were doing so, we went to comic book shops and kind of hung out for one day in the city. And my wife and I decided we were going to make this trip, and we would turn it into a vacation all on our own as well. So the things that you're going to see into this, I did not pick up all in one day. I picked up a few things while we were traveling around with Stu, but the bulk of these were the return trip that my wife and I, once we left Philadelphia to make our way back home to Ohio, I started picking up some of these things. I would, as we were driving along, I would look for comic book shops around the area. We would make stops here and there. So this is everything that I picked up on the trip, and then there are a couple things that I picked up once we got back home and we decided, well, vacation wasn't quite over, and I found some really good deals and we set some extra money aside for vacation, and I came away a very, very happy collector. I picked up a few things for some of the Rogues once they had left and went back home. Stu is still here in the U.S. He's visiting some of his wife's family. I was able to pick up something for him, so I've got to ship this out to him. So I'm not going to go through and say, oh, I picked this up here, I picked this up here. These are all kind of all out of order in which, where and how I picked these up. And I'm just going to start showing some of these. Just because of the size, it's going to hide some of the other smaller things if I went in order. So enough talking, enough blathering, let's get into it. And one thing I'm holding here, which is rather large, that's what she said. This is not for me. This is as close to the review as you're going to see for this piece right here on my channel. You can see the price that it is right there. This is the Justice League America Build a Statue set. This is part 2, Superman and Black Canary, based on the art of Ed Benes. So this is the famous Justice League art that you see in stores, in the comic books. If you buy a poster or a puzzle, this is usually the Justice League image that you see. And I found this at a place called New Dimensions Comics. And I'm only going to mention this because it's going to tie into a couple other things that I picked up for myself and a couple other people. They had some really, really good deals, and a lot of these things were previously owned by somebody else, and they took them to the comic shop, and the comic shop then resells them at a discounted price. So yeah, this was a really cool piece, something that Stu was looking for, and this place was really huge. I said I wasn't going to go into a whole lot of explanation, but for these couple, you'll really see why. I'm going to talk about them just a little bit more. But I took a picture of this, and with Stu, it's kind of like one of those, he's such a big Superman fan. Generally, it's like there's nothing that I haven't seen that Stu doesn't have, and this happened to be something he didn't have, so I was more than happy to pick this up for him. So really cool. If you want to see the review on this, you'll have to go to Stu's channel, but he is here in the States, so he's not going to get to review it for quite some time yet, so just keep checking back on his channel. So I at least wanted to be able to show this, that I picked it up. And so there's that, and pardon with me as I go back and forth. Grab a sandwich or a drink, a bottle of water, and maybe a burrito, because this video could be a little long, and I'm going to try to really not be long-winded with all this. I picked this up today, being Friday. This is my wife and I just driving around here locally. We actually went a state away to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I picked up the Heroes versus Villains 7-pack. Now, what makes this really interesting, I paid $60 for this. It says, 67 up here in the corner. Got a little cheaper than that. If you are familiar with the Discount Comic Book Service, DCBS, I hope I have that right. You see a lot of online ordering. People get graphic novels from them or comics. I think you get some action figures too. I didn't realize that they have an actual store, and it's only about an hour and 40 minutes away from me. So we decided to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, drove over there, and went to the store. So I've been desperately looking for the Catwoman figure from this set. And of course, people will buy it, put it on eBay, and will charge just about as much for Catwoman as the whole entire set. Now, I have most of these figures already. Some of them are repaints or resculpted or retweaked figures. I've already, of course, reviewed Black Manta and Captain Cold. The Joker is just a repaint. There's some repaint and retweaks in here with Captain Cold and Black Manta. I already have this Batman, but this version looks just a little bit cleaner than mine. Not that mine is horrible. I'll kind of have to wait till the review. The Flash I've been really wanting to get because this is a nice metallic looking Flash, and now I'll have all the primary Justice League figures in a metallic costume, and then a new Aquaman missing the chain and the sideburns and the wavy hair. This is more of the traditional New 52 version of Aquaman. So this was really cool, and I had ordered the Rebirth comic bundle from Discount Comic Book Service, and again, I was really shocked. They have a wonderful, wonderful store. Again, I was surprised that it was an actual store. So this was really cool. There was a couple of things I had in my hands, but once I saw this one, I was like, I know we've been kind of buying a lot of stuff, but this is a really, really good price. Most places that I see this is still $100. So for it to be right around the $60 price range was an absolute steal. And Discount Comic Book Service, that's primarily what they do, give you things at a discount. So that was really cool. I'm going to try and leave most of this up here if I can. I may have to move some things out from time to time. As you will see, there's so much. I know I'm rambling so much here, so let's just try and do the speed reader's version of this with very little talking as possible, hopefully. I'm really trying to complete the New 52 series of action figures. I'm not going to go through and buy every single one. There's a whole series of Earth 2 figures I really don't care about, and then a couple other figures here and there. Just the primary ones that I've liked, and I've really enjoyed the New 52. I'm kind of sad to see it ending. I'm really excited for Rebirth to start. I know it's going to be a whole new line of figures, but I'm going to be a little more picky and choosy, but I thought I would hopefully get close to completing the New 52 line as I can. I've got Darkseid, so I thought I better have a Parademon to go with Darkseid. It'd be cool to have two of these guys, one on either side. If I only get the one, that's cool. I really felt I at least needed one Parademon to go with my Darkseid. And I picked this up when we were hanging out with Stu. So again, I apologize about probably the length of this video. Table's a mess. I've been gone for a while on vacation. Box is a little dusty here. I picked up, I was saying I wasn't going to pick up a lot of the Earth 2 figures. I picked this one up for one really good reason in the New 52, the end of the New 52, and I think coming into Rebirth, and with Batman vs. Superman, they put her in like the skirted version in the comics, and this is how she was in the Earth 2, and of course this Wonder Woman died in Earth 2, but I like this look for Wonder Woman. So what I'm planning on doing is doing a head swap with one of the other Wonder Womans that I have, so I have more of the traditional Wonder Woman head to go on here, and I actually have two of the New 52 Wonder Woman, so it's not going to bother me that I have a headless version of that. So that's going to be the main reason why I'm doing this. She's going to be my primary New 52 or standard, Wonder Woman in the set. So that's why I have her. So we'll put her here. And I really like that. I like the sculpt of the figure. I think she looks really good. And again, you're not going to be able to see all of these here. I'll try and get back as much as I can. I've been wanting a Reverse Flash for my DC Universe Classics figures. And he gets kind of pricey a little bit. This was out here, the DC Comics Multiverse. I know it's not exactly the same. I just wanted a nice placeholder for the Reverse Flash. I really like the costume of the Reverse Flash from the TV series, so I picked this up. You can see that I'm missing the Build-A-Figure piece here. That's on purpose. Automatica also met up with us to meet Stu for the first time, and she is collecting the Justice Buster, and I said this is the only figure from this wave I'm going to buy. So since she was collecting it and was really not wanting the figure, I bought the figure. I gave her the Collect and Connect piece. So if you want to see the Eclectic Tank piece, you'll have to go to her channel. So there's the Reverse Flash. Another New 52 figure that I've really been wanting to get is Lex Luthor, and I have him here. Hopefully everything is fine with him. It's kind of hard to tell in package. But I have the New 52 Lex Luthor, which has been one that I've been really wanting to get. And he's in his giant suit here. And of course, you have Superman. I need to have a Lex Luthor to kind of bulk up the villains here. There is a part of me that he's a deluxe figure. I get it. I wish he was more... his suit wasn't so large that he would set better with the other New 52 figures. I mean, he's built the New 52, obviously, and his suit is a lot larger, so Lex could be more menacing. But at least for size... I would have preferred him to be in the normal 7-inch size, just so aesthetically he looks normal, or I wish they would have released a standard Lex Luthor type of figure. But this is one that I've really been wanting, and I'm very glad to have it. So I'm going to cover up a lot of this stuff. Alright, what else do we got here? There's so much to go through. I have completed now... actually, I'm really close to completing this wave of the Batman Arkham Knight line of figures. It is Professor Pig, so I was glad to have him. I know ODC, that's me, ran into some QC issues recently with this figure, so I'm hoping that doesn't plague me. The other figure that is coming out soon is the Red Hood figure, which I have had on pre-order for over a year, and he's finally now coming out. He came out... was available for pre-order right when the video game pretty much dropped. So he actually has a release date of May 31st. We'll see if that holds true or not. So that should be arriving to me at some point. There's Professor Pig. Continuing, going back to the New 52. Originally, I thought, I don't know if I'm going to pick this guy up, but with the Suicide Squad movie coming out, I'm really getting more intrigued with Captain Boomerang, and I felt I needed to have Captain Boomerang to complete my Suicide Squad set. So there is Captain Boomerang set and ready to go. Again, I'm just going to probably totally close up everybody here. I think, bear with me, on the smaller, well, we'll do this here. Going back to Stu's statue set that I picked up for him. Also, at New Dimension Comics, like I said, they have new stuff that's there, and they also get stuff that's been previously used, or I shouldn't say previously used. It's more mint in box. So as long as it's new and you've been a mint in box collector, they'll buy it back from you. They have very few loose figures. And somebody had sold them almost their entire DC Universe Classics figure set. They said they had 4 shelves full of them. By the time I got to the store, I don't know how long they'd had the collection, they were down to 1 shelf. So I had started this channel reviewing DC Universe Classics figures, and I never thought I would be back to possibly be reviewing some, but you're going to be seeing it here. And of course, it goes without saying, all the stuff is going to be reviewed here. So the first 2 I picked up for Automatica, as she was looking for a couple. And what makes these so very cool, each one of these figures was $9.99. There is the price tag right there. You can't beat that. So you could see Etrigan right here and Donna Troy. So Olivia and her fiance now were looking for both of these. So I took a picture as we were going in there so they could see the 2 that I picked up for myself. Wave 1 Penguin. Can you believe that? We've got a Wave 1 figure. Etrigan was Wave 4. I've always wanted this Penguin, so I think that is so cool to finally have the original Penguin that came in the DC Universe Classics line. I have the Superpowers Penguin. I think he's pretty cool, and he sets with my 60s basically version, or the a classic Batman and Robin, but to have a modern Penguin I think would be so very cool. So I got him, and I was also able this is going to wave 13, get a blue Beetle for my Teen Titans. So I think it's so ironic that the day after Stu and Olivia go back to their respective houses, after meeting them, the very thing that brought us all together, we were all reviewing DC Universe Classics figures. So to be able to find some and then be able to hook some of them up with some of these figures is just kind of completes the thing in one nice circle. The last couple things here that I have, somebody's going, wow, Rob, that's a lot. Hey, there's still some more. I'm getting closer to completing my DC chess set. This is an alternate to have on my board. I have the Justice League, basically Knight Batman. I have Batman as a king on my Batman side, but if I find a Superman figure, he's generally always, or chess piece, he's always the king. So if I decide, oh, I'm not going to have Batman as the king, I still want to have a Batman on my board, I can have the Knight Batman here. I also picked up Scarface for my villain set, so I'm kind of mixing up the Justice League set and the Batman set and kind of mixing them together. I ended up picking up a duplicate of the New 52 Joker, the Leatherface edition, if you will. So I don't know how I completely forgot that I had this figure. I looked at him a couple different times, and every one that I saw had a broken leg, so I don't know if mentally I just thought to myself, oh, you've never picked that one up. So that one's going to probably be up for a trade or maybe an eBay or something like that down the line. I believe that's everything. As you could tell, and even by the stuff that you can't see here, I had a very good haul. And what makes this even more special is getting to officially meet Stu Murray 47 for the very first time and his lovely wife. Getting to meet up again with Automatica and her fiance again after seeing them at ODC's wedding. So that was really cool. For about 2 days, we just had a chance to hang out in the hotel room, go to some comic book shops, and just kind of geek out in person with one another. So every time I look at these figures, I'm going to think, oh, I got these figures because I went on the trip to see those guys. So there's going to be plenty here for me to review on Rob's Rogues, with the exception of the statue for Stu and Donna Troy, which I've already reviewed on my channel. And then Etrigan is going to Olivia. So if you want to see her review these two, you can go to her channel. I'll put a link down here below of her channel and Stu's channel if you want to keep up on tabs with them, which I'm sure you probably already are. And she'll eventually get to doing these two reviews. So that's it. I'm kind of dying to open some of these up and kind of get the ball started for some of the review process here on Rob's Rogues. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting, and I believe probably I'm going to have just a little video slideshow. I don't know if it's going to be in this video, probably not, but in the upcoming of just some pictures of us hanging out in comic book shops and things like that, of us getting a chance to meet up in Philadelphia. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next review. Can somebody help me carry this back downstairs?